Hello everyone, this is Richard Young and welcome to today's webinar. Today we've got Tony Hayes on the line, and I'm really excited to bring Tony on because 2 weeks ago on Mark Olsen's webinar I discovered something that I could see would revolutionize the way that we can do video marketing through YouTube, and Tony has a very clever strategy which is almost creating blog networks but with YouTube. So I'm going to hand you over to Tony and ask him to explain to us today about his new software and how it will change our lives. Hello Tony.
Hi Richard, thank you for the nice introduction. Okay, what I want to do, guys, I want to just give you a run through of the software, but not only the software, I want to talk about the strategy behind it. Unlike other YouTube softwares that may be scraping users and subscribers and mass spamming and stuff like that, this is completely different. It's not designed like that at all. Okay, this is designed with a specific YouTube marketing strategy that isn't that far away from the old sort of SEO stuff, but it's got a lot of new stuff as well in it. Now, as far as I'm aware, I don't believe anybody else is teaching anything like this, and this is the kind of thing that happens when I get in the trenches and start doing SEO and come up with these new strategies and things. So if I just introduce you first to the software, you can see here it's a very nice looking software. You can see there's got 12 softwares down the side here. It's actually a suite, and the suite is like a plugin host. So each one of these are plugins. So if I go over here to settings, you can see I can install plugins. So anytime we do new softwares, they will be created like a plugin and just add them in. If you want to get rid of any that you're not using, you can do that too. Okay, you can just uninstall. It's very, very simple to use. Okay. What we got in here with the download settings is we will have ability, which I'll show you a bit later, how to download videos that you find through the research tools. Okay. One tip though, if you're going to download any videos or if you're going to upload any videos, always try and do full HD. That's 1808 or higher. Okay, it's been proven that ranks higher than traditional sort of videos that are maybe medium quality, high quality, or even 720. Okay, it's very, very important to know that because it's going to come into the strategy a bit later on. Okay, so anyway, what we've got in here with the proxies, I need to explain this in a bit of detail, and I'm going to come back to it a bit later, but just to give you a brief overview of what it does, we can, sorry, I pressed the save instead of open there. We can open proxies and we can run the checker on them and just find proxies, the latest ones. Yeah. Okay, now I know some of these are dead and I've left them in there, but I just wanted to show you how it works. And you can see here, most are active. These are permanent proxies, okay? The other ones, for some reason, are not working. I know the bottom three are not working because we cancelled those, but the other two I'm not quite sure. So I can just click here, delete bad proxies, and I'm ready to go as far as proxies are concerned. But I don't advise that if you get the software that you start that way. It's much, much easier just to learn how to use the software, and you can use, you know, several accounts with your own IP address. I've got about 7 at the moment. Okay, this is a download section, so when you download a video, you can just click on this button, make sure it's working, it's downloading, and then here is the most important part of the software. It's the most important part of the whole strategy, the whole system. Okay, it's very, very important that you get this right. If you do not get this right, you're not going to benefit at all. Not from the strategy, not from the software, and not from the strategy without the software. Okay, you've got to get this right. And you can see I've only got 4 accounts loaded in here, and that's fine because with the strategy of building an authority network, what we're actually doing is we're replicating what we used to do with the old blog networks when we were doing the traditional SEO stuff, but it's far, far more powerful, and let me explain why. YouTube is already going to give us decent page rank as soon as we start to add some decent content, when we start interacting, when we're being social, when we're getting the videos embedded elsewhere and things like that. There's lots of different factors. Okay, one of the most important factors is the interactivity. Okay, and this it is essentially a social network site. Okay, apart from being the second biggest search engine in the world, and I can't remember the exact stats, how many views it gets per hour or day or whatever, it's a massive, massive social network as well. In my opinion, it's the biggest social network Google have got, beyond Google Plus, and I don't think Google Plus could ever match it, to be honest. It's not that appealing as what YouTube is, and it never will be as far as I'm concerned. But it's also a great opportunity for us, because what happens inside of YouTube, it gives us the ability to get a whole bunch of internal linking. And Mark DeLee spoke recently in one of his blog posts about the SEO black hole that YouTube has, and what he's talking about is the amount of internal linking. Very few links in YouTube are do follow, most of them are no follow, but they're creating a lot of internal linking, and it works very, very well. And a good example of how that works is if you look at Wikipedia, for example, they all no follow as well, and it works very, very well. So the accounts are really gold. They're your currency, and the software is the vehicle. The strategy is your roadmap, okay? They all need to come together. They all need to be taken seriously. You can't skip any part of it. But this will not work unless you're looking after your accounts. You really have to look after them. And I will cover the best practices for anybody who purchases, because it will be a little bit in depth, and we've got some solutions that we've built as well. They keep changing the goalposts quite often. About 2 weeks ago, what we were doing, you can see here I've got username, password, phone number, assigned IP and status. About 2 weeks ago, all they were asking for, if you logged in from a different location from when the PVA account was created, was to tell the telephone number that you signed up with. That's why that is in here. We figured a way around that. But in the last week or two, what they've started to do is ask for text verification. It doesn't mean the account is dead, but they immediately, when they ask you for text verification, they will show your country flag, okay? Now, maybe in Thailand, I was a little bit shocked, because these accounts were created in USA, and even though I was logging in from a proxy, it's still showing me Thailand. So I had to be very, very careful, and I had to figure out how do we get around this, and it actually delayed us launching for about 2 weeks. What we've done now, if I go back over to the sort of proxy topic, is we have made it that we can assign proxies to any account, yeah? And all I have to do is to have some proxies in here, and when I'm over in the profiles, if I run that now saying start checking, it's going to assign these accounts to a specific proxy as long as I've got proxies here. Now, there's several ways that we can use that, and there's several ways we can use that to our advantage, but it's ideal if you start off just with 3 or 4 accounts with your own home IP and get to know the software better that way. It's going to work for you better in the long run just by playing around with it, getting used to it, but keep it away from your main channels until you realize the power of this thing, because if you don't, it can backfire on you, and believe me, it's backfired on me when I've been testing various things, okay? Now, one of these accounts, it says success account is working. I know for a fact it's going to give us a lot of red here instead of green when we go through the various options that we got on the softwares, and I kept that in there deliberately because I know why, and I want to explain what goes wrong and what you can do about it as well, okay? Now, I get asked quite a lot how many accounts you should do for one proxy. I would say about 5 is good. You don't need to do 5 all at one time. If you're going to be doing this on your own, all you need to be doing is adding one proxy in here. If you've got 4 accounts, for example, if you run start checking, it cannot possibly assign it to any other proxy. And that means as long as you keep that proxy, if you're paying a monthly fee with Squid proxies or another company similar, then you were always going to have any actions taken by these accounts and taken under the same IP. So you're never ever going to get that problem that we faced a couple of weeks ago with needing text verification. Now, I did save those accounts because I put them onto my own mobile phone. I've actually got 7 now, and the 7 are linked to my mobile telephone number from my home IP, and these are all included, okay? Right, now if I go over here, and we can see the different softwares that we got down the side, and I'm going to go through them one by one and give you a little demo if I can, okay? Now, things can go wrong. We're still just coming out of sort of beta stage. I've released, I think, about 27 copies And the feedback I've had back so far has been more about the strategy rather than any problems with the software. So either 27 people are not using it, or they're just focusing on how to make it work best, which is good. It's good. It's not that I don't want to, or I don't expect to have support issues with the new software, especially with YouTube, because things will always change and we always will have to update. Okay. So anyway, the first thing we're going to look at is a commenter. Now what you can see in here is I've got 4 different comments down here, and it's very easy to add a comment. What we can do is say, hey, great video, something like that. It's not the best way to use a commenter, using comments like that, but I will explain that in a second. And what that will do then is it's giving me 5 different comments, and I've got 4 profiles. The one I've got ticked is from the moderator, from the channel owner, from the person who did the video. And how we can use that to our advantage is really, really clever, because you can use these channels that you own to ask a bunch of questions that are relevant, that you really want to emphasize. And the good thing these days about YouTube is the channel owner's comments are always at the top. Okay, that is very, very important to know. But what we can do then is we can emphasize things about the particular product that we really want to drive home, so people will listen to it. And plus, if they scroll down to see if there's any comments, they get an instant reminder. And the best way to use it then is just to emphasize them, almost like in a bullet point, just the main points. Okay, so the way I've done this right now is just for a demo. And what we do then is we come over here and click on from comments editor over to comments, and you can see here I've got the YouTube video, channel name, password, and I'm going to choose my accounts, which is here, and it's Tube SEO, 4 accounts here. And all I need to do is I can set the minimum and the maximum delay, so I can make this, there's no limit on it, I can make this post immediately. I can space it out between 0 and 10 minutes, and it might post the first one right away, the next one might be in 8 minutes and 50 seconds, and then the next one might be in 7 minutes and 20 seconds. So we can keep things looking natural. And later on, when we get into the Tube SEO Blueprint, which is, of course, it comes with the software that explains the strategy, then you will begin to see the value in this. I've got a specific way that I use it, and there's a specific way that we can mimic human behavior and still get our comments and things in there, more or less all at one time. Okay, so that we can just do one video, run through Tube SEO Commando, leave it alone, let it do what it's got to do, and come back later and check everything is okay. Now you can use more than one software at one time. I can increase views and increase likes and use a commenter all at the same time. It will work. You don't have to use one then use the other, which is really, really cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, just for the sake of test purposes, I'm going to make this between 0 and 3 minutes, and I'm going to click start posting comments. And as long as I have got my right username and password in there, it's going to work. Okay, so you can see here the status is waiting for 96 seconds, 94 seconds. Okay, while that is happening, what I'm going to do, copy that URL, I already have it here, and I'm going to choose a profile, and I've got the URL here, and again I've got a minimum and maximum delay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add to queue. You have to add to queue first, click them all. I'm going to make this 0 and 1 minute so that we can just start liking. Okay, and that will go off and do stuff. At the same time, I can come over and increase views. Now if it's a new video, what you want to do first is you want to use this part first, to increase views. It makes more sense, because if people are going to watch a video, they will comment after. They won't comment and then watch a video. So use that one first. I will try and get this reordered in a way that makes sense. But this should work much, much better if you're going to use it like that. So all I need to do here is just, I can set minimum, maximum delay. I can say how many. It's not linked to how many profiles you've got here. Believe it or not, it's actually working through Google and the YouTube API, and it works. It works. Now we will do another version of this at some point, where it's actually just logging in via browser, watching, and not using the API key, but the API key is working and it's fast to show the views. You might have to wait up to 48 hours sometimes with YouTube to see the views, but it's definitely working. So I'll just give you a demo of that right now as well. And you can see here what I've done, I've turned the volume down here so that it can just run in the background. So I could run that for 100 or 42 or 36, whatever I want, put a time delay, and when it has a time delay, just carry on doing whatever else I'm going to do. Okay, so let's move over to the pinger now. Let's check how the commenter's doing. He's doing well, first comment posted. So I'm going to take this URL here, copy, come over to the pinger, I'm going to put the URL in here, I'm going to give it a title. What was this video about anyway? Oh yeah, I was associated websites. Okay, so I'm going to put to associate your authorized website in YouTube. Now, if you don't know what an authorized website is in YouTube, is when you go into the settings, you're allowed to tell Google or YouTube what your main website is, but it must be linking and related to your Google Plus ID. Now, I cover all of that in the first videos of the YouTube SEO Blueprint. We get into some far deeper, better strategies as well. This is just something that will, I think it's just been recently rolled out. It will allow you to put a clickable link inside your YouTube video to go to your associated website, okay, to your authorized website. I believe it's been rolled out. I tried it here 2 days ago. It wasn't showing for me, but it's definitely showing for some people in America. So I don't know if it's a regional thing, but it's happening, okay, and it's such a cool thing to use. That means you can send people to squeeze pages if you're doing some redirects and stuff like that, or you can just send them to, you know, just the squeeze page direct. I don't think there's any limitations, but there's lots of ways that we can use this to our advantage. And for years, people have been trying to figure out how can I get a clickable link from YouTube to go outside of YouTube, and they've actually given it to us, okay. There's also here optional where you can put in RSS. Now you can put in an RSS feed. In the Tube SEO Blueprint, I will tell you what your RSS feed is for any channel, okay. I will give you the formula that you just change the channel name. It's very easy to use. Okay, so here we can just start pinging. It goes to blog ping tool. We might add some more in here, but we will just see how it goes. And people ask me why we're using things like pinging tools when Google indexes very quickly from YouTube. It's because the other search engines like Bing and several others that we don't want to get their attention. Okay, so you can see how easy that is to work. Okay, so let's come back up to the comments and see how we're doing up here. Right, we've got the first 2 comments done. I know this one here will not work. There's a problem with it, and I'll explain it when we come back later. In the likes, you can see here, that one exactly what I'm talking about. It's a problem. So we've got 3 likes set for this one. Okay, increased views, he's going to watch the whole video. And that's very important. That's a recent algorithm update from YouTube, but we've known about it for quite a while. I don't know if they just decided to make it public, but we've known for quite a while that the length of retention that you can keep visitors onto looking at your content on YouTube has a major factor. So this works, just really nicely. You can put it on overnight and just go to sleep, and in the morning you've got 100 views or however many you want. Okay. So we covered the pinger, like is done, commenter, this one isn't going to work, and then it will come back and work with the other one. Right, now the playlist builder, this is a little bit different from the free one that we were giving out previously, and this one is actually much better. What we've got here is a playlist description, right? Now we can put 5,000 characters in there, and I suggest you use it. The best way to do that, and I've actually did a little bit of testing actually, I had a bit of fun today. Best way to use that is to put some LSI keywords throughout your content. Try to make the content good, but I did do some testing today, and all I did is I went over to the Google AdWords tool. I put in a main keyword. I think it was about Linkwheels or something like that. I got the first 100 keywords from Google AdWords tool. I converted them into the phrase quotations, the phrase match, and I copied and pasted them in here underneath one paragraph. And we were ranking really fast. Just using that particular thing, but I did about 20 channels, so that would help as well. Now what's really happening here is that we are building relevancy, and we're building curation. What it does is you put your YouTube URL in here, And for the keywords that you want to target, you want to put it into the keyword phrase, and you give your playlist a name. There's multiple ways that we can use this part, but I'll come back to it in a second. What it's doing is going to pull in the top results in YouTube, any number that you want, up to 100. I wouldn't go that far. Stick around 9 or 10. It works quite well. And it's going to pull in the top 10 results from YouTube with your video number 1 in the playlist. What you're doing is you're associating with you're telling YouTube, this video is associated with these top 10 videos, those ones you've got in the top 10 of your rankings, okay? So you're building relevancy of your video to that. You're building relevancy into your channel. And it's a great way to get your first content on a new channel as well. And it just makes things so much faster when you've got a tool like this, because the more playlists that you can create, the more relevancy you're building around your channel. Your channel is going to be about exactly what you want it to be about, and you're telling YouTube from the outset, from the very beginning, this is what my channel is about. But the other cool part is that you are doing curation, okay? You are really curating other people's content, and it's very, very good that you can be able to do that, build relevancy, get your video first. And what will happen when it starts to show up in the search engines, and you will get to page 1 if you're going after decent keywords, but you're doing enough of this, then what will happen is you will just start to build more relevance. I lost my thought there somewhere. Hold on, I'll come back to it in a second. Anyway, what we can do here is I'm just going to run this. I'm going to play the playlist creation here. And we can start just building maybe 10 or 20 of these playlists immediately. And all we need to do is build around this main keyword. So if my main keyword phrase was YouTube channel setup, then I can put in the beginning how to do. Let's fix that. And I can just keep building around and around and around, and you're just building more relevancy. So if you've got a brand new channel, it's a great way to do things. And you can see how fast this is as well. That's with 10 results. Boom. There you go. Done. Okay. Well, let's go and take a look. If I can copy this thing. So we'll come back up here. Paste and go. And there we go. So here's my video here. And underneath, it's number 1 on YouTube. How to set up your YouTube channel, and it's all relevancy. These are all got some authority in YouTube's eyes because it's ranking them very highly, but you're putting your video right up there, first one. So you can see it's curation, it's relevancy, and it's also another thing, it's social sharing as well. You're sharing other people's content, which is pretty cool. That's the way the web is going. So that's why this strategy works so well, and it's not my own strategy initially. It's from Mark Olson, who did the Tube Blueprint course, and I think it's a fantastic strategy. And his daughter got on page 1 for a major keyword. I think it was one of the famous singers, and that's basically the idea came from Mark. And what I did is I've taken the idea, I've automated it, and we've added a couple of advancements to it as well. Okay, Richard, you got any questions yet, or do you want me to just carry on? Richard? That's okay. Anyway, let's go back. So the comment is done now, and we knew that one was going to be bad. And the reason why it's bad is because I need to log in and I need to verify by text message. That is why it is bad. It's still an active account, but it's not going to post until I verify. Okay. So when you get your PV accounts, it's very important that you manually log in first. Okay. If you manually log in first, then if there's any issues, you will see them immediately and you can fix them. You're either going to take them to your own telephone number with your own IP, or you can maybe use a family member's mobile phone number just to get through the verification. But keep it alive, even if you're not going to use it for this particular for a particular network that you're going to use right now. And we will come and talk about that a little bit more a little bit later as well, about the overall strategy, because when you see the strategy behind this, then this will make a lot more sense. But I know people are excited by softwares, and me too, and why not? But when you understand the strategy, then you will understand what this thing does and the power behind it, okay? Right, anyway, so we've done our playlist builder, we saw the relevancy, we saw the curation, we saw the social sharing part, and now we can go over to what we got here as a rank checker. Now, I put a video on here, this is one of mine, and this is the keyword. Now, 3-4 days ago, this was sitting number 4, and I know that today it's gone down. It's gone down to number 10. And the reason I wanted to highlight this is very, very important, because if you're in a competitive niche, you might find it easy to go on the first page of YouTube, but if other people keep optimizing themselves, you're going to drop down. All I've done with this video is some playlist creation, nothing else. I optimized the title, the description and things like that, but I did nothing else. We went up to number 4 and we just started to drop off. So I need to do some more optimization with this, but with the tools that I'm going to introduce you to later, you're going to see that that's not going to be a problem. I'll blow them away. Just give it time, build the network, have the network channels all supporting each other, and it's going to work really, really well, okay? And this one we can do research a video. So I've put a video on here, and yeah, it's the same video, and it'll give us instant information, okay? So if I double click that, I can see things. So you can see that I've done some stuff in here. I've even done some keyword stuff and playing around in here, and that might have helped it rank a little bit too. And you can see that I've got title with SEO software, but not free SEO software all at one time. It will still rank, but it's better if I changed that over and did free SEO software and then maybe a hyphen YouTube playlist, something like that. But these are the kind of things that we will cover in YouTube SEO Blueprint, okay? And you can see I'm taking advantage of having 5,000 characters to use here. Right now, the other thing we can do here, and we can click on to open the video in the new browser. We can look at the YouTube stat graph. We can get the uploader stat, which I will cover in the research by keyword, that gives the same information but in a different way. And we can get the backlinks data, and we can add to download queue. So if I want to download this, for example, well, I think I just pressed it there. If I come over here, you can see in the download section that it's working, the downloader is working, and later we can upload that to up to 100 YouTube channels using the multi-uploader here. Okay, and the other thing that we can do here is to copy the text from here onto the clipboard. Okay, so that's pretty cool. This gives you an instant overview how people are optimizing, and it can tell you the weaknesses as well as the strengths. Now, if you understand the strengths and you understand where they're weak, in theory, you should be able to overtake them, no problem, okay? But there's lots of other factors, and the social activity is huge, okay? The retention of people watching, how long they watch a video, and also the other factors of comments, comment rating, views, likes, subscribers. Once you start to build authority, then you'll find it easier to rank, okay? Just the way the things work. Okay, so now research by keyword. I'm going to use the same keyword again, free SEO software, and I'll click on search. And you can see that's really, really fast. Now that's going to give me the top 50 results from YouTube. What's important here is to look at the views, okay? It's not the number of views that matter, okay? This has got 8,000 views. This one at number 3 has only got 64 views, okay? So that's not to do with just the views. It can be to do with the retention. He's not got any comments, no favorites, no ratings. So it makes me wonder why he is ranking so well. So he's got his URL first. I wouldn't do that first, but for some reason it's managed to help him. The best thing to do here is to get your keyword in first. You've got 3 lines before you really need to get your URL in there. And the reason we put the URL in early is so that people can see it underneath the video and click it. So he's gone by the product name. That must be his main keyword. But I don't see anything about free SEO software and what he's doing here. Let me just have a quick look. Okay, there's nothing there that really stands out, so let me just go and check some other stuff. I don't know what he's got for his tags, because they've taken tags off the front page, but if you ever do want to know how to find out tags for a video, all you need to do is just open the video up. Let me just bring this down. If you ever get these kind of URLs here, long ones. Just go to where that and sign is and get rid of that and refresh. And that's the proper YouTube URL right there. Now if I want to find this guy's tags, well this lady's tags I should say, all I have to do is right click and I'm looking for view page source. And if I can click Control F and type in keyword, you can see the keywords that they're using. You can see how they're using them as well. She's using one word with a comma and she's got her name in there as well. It's not made a major difference for her ranking #1 or not, I wouldn't imagine so. She's got YouTube, social media, her name. Strange, but strange things happen in YouTube sometimes, and we haven't figured them all out, but I've been doing a lot of testing and finding the best practices. Okay. What we can do here as well, this one at 64, and we can just go out and look at the backlinks data. And it's not showing any backlinks. So it makes me wonder, what is she doing there? Let me go deeper. 64 views. She's got no comments, no favorites, no ratings. It's not making a lot of sense at the moment, she hasn't even got the keyword in here. So there must be something she's doing that's not maybe showing in here right now. And the category, you can always notice the categories as well, but it's not really making a lot of difference here. There's a big mix in here. I need to come back to this one because she's doing something that isn't showing here. My guess is that the backlinks aren't showing, and my guess is that she's maybe got a lot of views that is not showing here yet, unless these views are like full video views, and that's helped her to rank. Bit of a puzzle, that one, but anyway, we can use this tool to get some good information. We can still find the weaknesses and things. So when I go to optimize mine, I will take this into account, what she's been doing, but I will look at her weaknesses and I will strengthen mine to push it beyond her. Okay. When we come over here to the subscriber, again, we've just put in a channel that we want to subscribe to. You choose your account. You can set a minimum, maximum delay. Add to queue. You have to click down here. We know that third one will not work, so I think I might just clear that one. Oh no, I delete that one and do that, and then I can just start to subscribe. Okay, let's just clear that. Let's do that again. Add to queue. Click here. Right, it's saying start subscribing, but it's already started, so there's a little bug there that we need to iron out, but it is working. You can see it's working here. Okay. Then we come down to the keyword tool. I'll talk about these two in just a minute. So I'll put in a keyword, for example, video marketing. And what it's doing is it's pulling results from the YouTube AdWords tool, which is not the best tool in the world for relevancy, believe it or not. These titles here are not the full titles of the videos. What it's doing, what the software does, is it tries to find the keyword phrase in the title and it strips it down. So it's telling if it's 2 words or 3 words that it's recognized, how many characters are there, and then it will give you the exact searches, broad, phrase, exact. This is from the YouTube AdWords tool. And if we click on a couple of videos, for example, and we want to check if the videos are on page 1, this is page 1 of Google, we just click that, it will go off, and you can see here, this one no, this one no, this one yes, this one yes. Now it's checking for these keywords if you're on YouTube, if you're on Google page 1 for these keywords. So this one, not surprisingly, is not there for video marketing. That would be a very difficult video to rank for, keyword to rank for. And this one, YouTube Toolbox, it is on page 1 for that particular word, keyword phrase, YouTube Toolbox. And this one, Jaguar Commercial, which has got nothing to do with video marketing really, but that's just the way things work with the YouTube AdWords tool. So anyway, that's a run through of the basic softwares, and the basic softwares being these 10 that I've already shown you. Now these two here are coming with the one-time offer, okay? And basically what this does, you can put your text in here, it will create a video, so you have to choose a background image. You choose the first slide, the last slide location, and you can choose if you want single or multiple locations. It works good with just single locations. We're including some voices in there for text to speech, We're including some backgrounds, and we're including some other bits and pieces that I'll cover when we get into the audio. Okay. What you do then is you put in some text in here. You add your background image, and then you can click on a preview. Okay. And over here, when it comes to the add audio, we've got three choices. You can do no audio. You can do audio from file, which can be someone talking like I am now, or it can be some music, or you can use the text to speech, and you will have in here a whole bunch of text to speech voices. Okay. Now there is a couple of flaws in this right now. We're trying to iron them out. It shouldn't take more than a few days. But what's happening right now is if I choose an image, for example, here, that's fine. But if I choose any of these ones, it just doesn't seem to let the videos get created and work with the audio at the same time. It's a strange bug, but we'll fix it. We'll figure it out, and we will fix it. Okay. Over here, we've got two softwares in one. Okay, two softwares and one plugin. We've got a spinner. You can see it can spin up to 500 copies. You've got a choice of 10, 25, 50, 100, 200, or 500. Now, I was asked in the last webinar, what is a spun video? A spun video is basically when you change the byte size of a video. Okay, so let me just see if I've got one here. I should have some spun videos here. Just choose spun. Okay, I'm going to choose one of these, and let's choose, actually I had another one that was really fast to do last time. Okay, let's choose this one, and you choose a destination folder. So I've got one that's called spun videos, I think, yeah. And then I'll just choose 10 copies, and it says task completed, and you wonder how that can be done so fast. So let's go and take a look. The desktop, looking for spun videos, and boom, you can see it's been done already. Okay, if I order them by list view, it's easier to manage. If I sort by size, boom, you can see 479, 478, 477 kilobytes. It just changes the byte size, and that's how well it works. Really, really fast. And there's multiple ways you can use that to your advantage, which again we will cover in Tube SEO Blueprint. Okay, so what we can do then is we can take videos, or we can take a video if you want one, or you can choose 10. And when you choose your account profiles here, you can spin by using in two ways. So if I write test 1 and add, and then I can write test 2 and add. What it's doing then is it's going to use this in a sort of spinnable format where that's going to be a title, that's going to be a title. But you can also use the old spin syntax. But I don't have a pipe character on my keyboard, so I can't do it right now. But you can do the traditional sort of spin syntax, and the same with the description, and the same. Well, that's it. Just really the title and description. And what we can do here with the tags is we just add them in here, choose a category, and choose if you want your videos to be public or private. Okay. Now you can choose your videos, and you can choose multiple videos, and it will upload to up to 100 YouTube accounts. It depends on how many you have in your profile, the profile that you're using over here. Okay. This does work very, very well. But what it's doing is it's putting, if I've got 4 videos in here, it's putting all 4 videos in all 100 channels. So you need to be careful how you're using it and use it wisely. You can work around strategies around that, but yeah, it does work, and it works quite well. So basically that's the software as it is, but now I want to talk about the strategy, because what we're doing, as I mentioned, we're building authority network channels. Okay. Now what you can do with them then is you can build all relevancy from it. So for example, in internet marketing, I've got my main channel for most of my training videos. It's been there for about 2 or 3 years. It's got hundreds of videos in there, and so that is my main channel. I've also got a channel now for Tube SEO Blueprint. I've got a channel for Tube SEO Commando. Now I want to do some other stuff, so I've created some other relevant sort of channels that doesn't have to be exactly the same. It doesn't have to be all sort of educational and training videos. I've got one, for example, that I started this week that is about online video advertising services in Thailand, where we're creating those whiteboard scribble videos, and we're doing video PPC and video creation and channel optimization and stuff. and then I will create some more. Maybe I will do some that's to do with internet marketing products. I've got one called WSO reviews or something like that. I might do one for sort of mainstream. I can build channels about list building, about Facebook marketing, and keep it internet marketing related. And because they're all kind of related but slightly different, that's building more relevancy in its own way. It's building more natural sort of things as well, because it's not all going to be just a very, very spammy looking, like, you know, 10 channels about dog training. If you want to get into something like dog training niche, there's many, many ways you can do that. For example, you could be doing a channel about cooking homemade dog food. You could be doing a channel about dog training. You could be doing a channel about another aspect of pet care or dogs. And that's the way you should build it. And that way it looks like there's a whole bunch of people, real people, who are all connecting with each other, who have all got something in common, and they're all interacting with each other on YouTube, with the comments, with the likings, the subscribes, etc. And then it becomes very, very powerful, okay? And you don't have to create 100 channels at one time. What I'm doing is creating a new channel every day or 2 days, and I go and fully max out the actual profiles. Now, Richard, are you available right now to talk about your service that you're offering? Don't know if Richard can hear us.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, Richard, I'll open the actual page up if you want to just give people an overview of what you're offering here, because I think it's a really great service. It's come.
Well,
Yeah, you carry on.
What I'd quite like to do before we look at that, Tony, I can. I'm going to take the screen off you in a little while because I just want to show something.
Okay.
But we've had 45 minutes here with Tony, and I want to ask everyone here a question, and that is, anyone who has not sat there and at least at one point had their jaw drop in amazement of what Tony is providing here. I'm going to ask you, put your hand in the air if you're not absolutely stunned by what Tony is showing us here. Now, Tony, can you just go back to your software for a moment?
Yeah, sure.
Now, I'm actually a real software addict, but I always feel that software is a bit like a good book, and it should impress me the moment that I open it up. And you can see how stunning this software actually looks. But it's not just all on looked here. Tony's got one tool here, but it's 10 in one, it's 12 in one tools. And if you just look at these, rank checker, you know, you go off to the Warrior Forum or something or other, or you do some research and you'd pay $10, $15 for that. The research by keyword tool and all the information that's pulling up, you'd be paying sort of $15, $20 for that. So just in all these 10 tools, you've got sort of like a value of a couple of $100 easily here. And if anything, it actually makes it a little confusing, because all during this webinar and for the past 2 weeks, my mind has been exploding with ideas of exactly what I can do with this software and how much better it is. So if you're feeling a little confused here at the moment, Tony will shortly hopefully show us some more details about his blueprint, etc. But if I can find the right button, I'm just going to take the screen off Tony for a second. Which I may not be able to do. I think Tony might have to make me a presenter if he can.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Well, you can see my screen, yeah? So shall I just pop this up on my screen? It'll be easier for you, yeah?
So it doesn't matter. We can't swap it back to me. I've got a sneak peek. I've got a little sneak peek of some of the sales copy. It's a shame here that I can't actually now find the right button. But on the top of Tony's sales copy, he's got new and unique YouTube strategies for 2013, plus a kick-ass automation software suite to build authority channel networks that you control. And that's the important point. If all of what Tony has shown you so far has just amazed you and stunned you and think, well, this is far too complicated, that's what it's all about. It's about building authority channel networks that you control. And the next line goes to say, forget scraping and spamming tools. Here is an automated way to do YouTube marketing for 2013 and beyond and drive opt-ins and cash into your bank account. Now that's really does sum it up incredibly well. And I know Tony's going to shortly show us some more information in the last sort of 10 minutes that we've got on the various strategies. So I won't go too far into it. Now, you may be wondering exactly where I come into the picture, and Tony's now kindly showing us this. We were chatting with Tony 2 weeks ago, and going through my mind was getting Fiverr gigs and all the rest of it to create me YouTube account so I could use the software and all the rest of it. And then Google goes and throws this spanner in the works, whereas when you now log in from a strange location and you get that wonderful we've blocked your account because of suspicious activity, which basically means you've logged in from a different IP to what the account was created. It kind of blew all the Fiverr gigs out the window, and because you need phone verification on Google accounts, and obviously then you need a Google account to make a YouTube account, or if you're using your own private address, you're still going to need to phone verify that YouTube account. Now, Tony already has talked about why we need proxies and the rest. So I actually decided that I would take my proxy network and provide good value to everybody who uses Tony's software, and not only provide you the proxies that are about 10 to 20% cheaper than you'll find anywhere else, and that includes Squid proxies and Proxy Hub and anyone else you can sort of Google and find. With your proxy accounts, you will actually get the YouTube account created for you with the proxies that you'll be getting. So the accounts are created with a proxy, then logged into with the same proxy, and the first stage is all complete, and then it's handed, the whole package is handed over to you to add into Tony's software. So we'll probably go talking about that a little later on, but just to make you aware of that at tubeproxies.com, and we'll go into more details hopefully within Tony's Blueprint.
Richard, this service is golden, mate. This is absolute golden, because this is the key to the whole thing. Whether you use a strategy with or without the software, the maintenance of the accounts is the key thing, because if you're going to build authority channels, you need to be keeping them secure. You need to make them look as natural as possible, and it fits perfectly with what we're doing with the actual strategy and the software as well. You think about it, if you can get 10 proxies with 50 YouTube accounts for those kind of prices, that's just, you cannot even get that on Fiverr, I don't think. And these are all going to be logged into, and so they're going to be sort of verified. You should not get any problems with these, but I'm sure there's a way that we can, or you can back it up if something might go wrong and here and there, which inevitably it will if it's a new service. But this is actually really, really great service, and the prices are just unbelievable. You can't get these prices anywhere else. And I've been looking, and we were even thinking to create a software to do it, and then YouTube changed things a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, no, we've got to find a better way. And thankfully you turned up with this just at the right time. It's a brilliant idea, and a beautiful website too. Really, really nice website to navigate. It's clean and very professional looking. So congratulations on that, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Tony. I hope that helps. I mean, to be quite honest, guys, I had to come up with an amazing offer for you because Tony is just providing some crazy, crazy value. Can you just quickly tell us how much the Tube, the Blueprint, how much you're sending that for, Tony?
The actual video course.
Yeah, the Tube Blueprint. How much is you gonna how
It's
much do you reckon
free.
you're gonna sell that for?
It's absolutely free.
It's free.
Yeah, it's free.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. I actually knew that already, but I've been through it, and it's a $20 course and way beyond. I mean, what Tony's got here, he should be selling, and you can just add it up. You know, all those 10 items of software, they're like 10 tools, but all together in one really neat package that Tony's put together. And you're going to be delighted with it, I tell you. And why I mentioned the strategy going forward in 2013 is because I just recently got off everybody's list. I went to a webinar and I bought a $197 video course, and it's a really good course. And it's more expensive, you know, than your typical YouTube $9.95 WSO course. And the guys presenting the webinar said, look, if you think it's expensive, just get off everybody's list, stop buying those $10 products, and the course will pay for itself. And I thought, well, yeah, that's a good point. And I've been through the course, and it's really great stuff. But believe me, Tony blows it out of the water. I mean, nobody else is doing the stuff that Tony's doing. And he's not only come up with an amazing strategy, but now he is has then automated it all. And obviously, being a software fan, I love automation, and nobody likes doing the mundane tasks of getting views and building authority to the YouTube channels and things like that. So, Tony's come up with an amazing all-in-one product to not only take his strategy, but then to automate it for us as well. So that's kind of like my only questions. Now, I was just wondering, Tony, what sort of other special offers and great deals are you doing for the viewers of the webinar?
Okay, well, we're not even finished on the softwares. We're not even finished. These are just the main softwares, but I've got another 2 softwares here, and I'll open one of them for you. Let me just open Video Linkwheel Commando. Now I've got 2 softwares that do more or less the same things. Okay, this one will create video link wheels for you. It will be linking to your YouTube video first, and all of these other 4 will be doing a link wheel that is basically pointing to this one. Okay, it's got spinnable titles, spinnable descriptions. You can put your keywords in here, choose your category, etc. Upload your video, and the same video will go to all of the sites. Now it does have limitations, because I didn't realize before we started the project that Blip TV does not like commercial videos, but it does like educational. So if you're doing something like an affiliate kind of thing, what you want to do is use that video to lead them to somewhere else. But really what we want to be doing here is using this just to boost the YouTube video. Okay, it's okay to do educational videos when you're doing affiliate marketing. You can do educational videos about what causes acne, or best way to train a dog, or how to stop a dog barking, stuff like that. Those are not seen as commercial. But if you're blatantly promoting a product, then yes, you are. So it does have limitations. The other thing as well, sometimes with PhotoBucket, and we've tested this, we tested the hell out of this, PhotoBucket API is a little bit slow, and it might be that you find that you crash when it's doing that, but if you fire the software up again, it kicks off where it left off. Okay, we made it do that. That's the only way we can get around it, and there's nothing to do with the software. It's the PhotoBucket API. But when it works, it really does work. It works very well. Okay, so that's very powerful in itself. But what we can do then is we can move over here. You can put in your OnlyWire username, password. You can click get URL from here. It will pull in that YouTube video, the one that we're trying to rank. And you can put in title, description. You can use the same as what you've done here, spinnable. Okay, choose your category, etc., your tags, and then click start. And what that will do, it will auto post to OnlyWire. And when it does that, then what happens is that it will sit in the queue waiting for you to activate the OnlyWire submitter, which is free from onlywire.com. Now, OnlyWire does 47 different sites. So that's 47 social backlinks that you can get there. You can get on Fiverr. Last time I looked, I think there was 3 only wire accounts for Fiverr. Obviously, they're using automation bots, but if the accounts are working, brilliant. If only 3/4 of the accounts are working, then good. It's still good, and it's just very, very easy to do. All you would do is just put in different username and password here every time. Now we've got another one called Linkwheel Commando. Now I'm going before I even try to open this, I know that there's going to be a problem trying to get this one open. I was playing with it today and it was giving me a slight problem, but we'll see how it goes. Just one of those things that I think the developer, what he did, oh, it's open fine, but I think what he did is he had named the exe files for both exactly the same, and it was causing a confusion. But anyway, what you can see here is pretty much the same as what was in the video Linkwheel Commando. So you can see the similarities. This time it's done with only YouTube channels, okay? So you can use the same channels as what you've got in your authority network to do link wheels. I would suggest you don't. Keep it away, keep it separate, and you can maybe build those into authority channels as well at some point later. And what it will do is these 5 channels will do link wheels to this one main channel, okay, to this main video that we're putting in here for this particular channel. So that will be your money channel, okay, your money video. Now to change the username and password and stuff, just click edit, you put your account name, which is your Gmail or whatever email you use to sign up to YouTube, password, and your channel name. Very important you get that right, okay? And if you do that, there's no problems, it works like a charm. What it also does, it will pull in, you give it a feed name, and it will pull in the RSS feeds from all of these channels. Now in the YouTube SEO Blueprint, I explain exactly how you get your RSS feed. It's just a particular URL. All you need to do is change your channel name. So this will pull in all the channels, RSS feeds. You can mash them up, and in the YouTube SEO Blueprint, I'm going to show you what to do with them to get extra exposure, extra backlinks. And you know, there's a bit of a debate right now whether RSS is still valuable for SEO. Answer is, of course it is. Of course it is, because you're getting your content out there more and more, okay? It's getting the index faster in different places as well. And basically, it's a good thing to do. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if they've done some testing with it or not. It's still very, very good. There's no logical reason why it should not be working. And then we can go over here and we've got the only wire set up again, okay? So these are 2 additional softwares, and these come with the one-time offer. And let me tell you a little bit about the offers as it is. Now, for the basic suite of 10 plugins, that does not include these 2 here. There's 12 plugins in the suite here, but I needed to put the 12 in to do the webinar. So for the 10 plugins, for a very, very short time, it's only $14.95 one time. That's huge value, because you get an YouTube SEO Blueprint course as well. And let me tell you a little bit about YouTube SEO Blueprint course. I'm going to teach you in there how you can automate link wheels the minute you upload a video into any of your YouTube channels. And it takes about 20 minutes work, maybe 25 first time you do it. Nobody else is teaching this, nobody else is talking about this, and it's been racking my brains for about a year how to get this done, and I finally clicked. And it's so simple that I could have kicked myself. Okay, what I've done here is I've created a system that I will explain in YouTube SEO Blueprint, how you can make a link wheel happen automatically every time you post a video. Okay, and not only that, I'm going to show you how to make it as well, that first tier link wheel of 5 sites will automatically get bookmarked as well. All automated. You don't do anything more than what that first 20 minutes or 30 minutes work, okay? And every time you upload a video, you're going to create a first tier link wheel, and it will be bookmarked as well. It's really, really clever, but very, very simple, okay? I like simple stuff. That's why I did the KISS I Am website, and KISS stands for Keep It Stupidly Simple. And I love that kind of stuff, and I finally cracked this one. And it is so simple, I could have kicked myself badly. Took me a year to figure it out. But anyway, these are strategies that nobody else is teaching. Nobody else is talking about them. And this is the stuff that happens when I get in the trenches and I'm doing SEO. I've been doing SEO since 2006. 2008, I've been doing it full-time as an SEO consultant, firstly doing offline stuff, and then later into product creation and affiliate marketing and stuff like that as well. Although I've always been kind of doing affiliate marketing, but I got rid of all my sites and stuff because I just didn't have time to maintain them. And with all the pandas and penguins and 800-pound gorillas coming around the corner, I thought, well, I want to focus on helping people. And the best way right now to do SEO in any way is to start with video, but we don't stop with video. We're using video as a vehicle because we know it ranks very, very well, but we can get into mainstream SEO as well. And that's what I want to talk about the second upsell that we got, if you like. Well, let me first cover the first upsell, which is the OTO, which is those two Linkwheel softwares, okay, and the Tube Linkwheel Commando and the Video Linkwheel Commando, plus these two plugins, okay, and these will come at a set price of $19.95 per month. Now I have to put a recurring in here somewhere because we plan to maintain this software, we plan to improve it. I've already got plans to get a channel viewer and a channel commenter, and I've got some other ones that I'm keeping under wraps right now, but they are kick-ass. They are very, very good, and they fit into my strategy perfectly, okay? When all this is put together as a $19.95 package, you might want to compare it to some other softwares, but those other softwares you need to be careful of. I don't care how well they're engineered, and I've used them myself, and I thought they were fantastic, but about 3 weeks ago, one of them had a bug, and what it was doing, it was sending spammy comments with a video to the same video comment section every 15 minutes, and some people lost their accounts. There's quite a few actually, and it's been well documented. No, I'm not slagging them off, but I'm launching a video marketing software at the same time as a particular video marketing software is getting a lot of negative press. I need to defend my product. It's my job to defend my product, and I've got complete belief in what I've got here because I had the choice when I decided to do a video marketing software to go that way or to do it properly, okay? I decided to do it properly. I had the strategy, and I wanted the software to work around the strategy, okay? And that's exactly what we're doing here. Now, with that $19.95, that gives you every update we do, with every new plugin we do, it will be added to that. If you buy just the front end offer, you can still buy those other plugins or softwares. We call them plugins. I call them plugins because by the time they're converted into come in here, they are plugins. We just upload them via here, okay? Then you can still buy them individually, but I can't guarantee the price they're going to be because it will always depend on how much it costs, how much time it took for us to create. And what I do want to do, and I was asked on the last webinar, Mark Olsen's webinar, whether we could incorporate the Linkwheel softwares into the suite. The answer is yes, we want to. Okay, we want to. It's never been a doubt that we don't want to. I might not have answered that correctly or clearly in the last webinar, but fact is, if we can do it, we will do it because it keeps nice and clean, it keeps everything nice and organized. Now, we were thinking to do like a YouTube, a sort of wizard that would go in and change channel backgrounds and make everything look as natural as possible, but Rachel's come up with such a good solution at such a good price, it's really not even worth my while to do that because I'm not even going to be able to match that as far as the service he's offering, and he's doing it kind of, I think you're doing it semi-manually, aren't you, Richard? Okay. Anyway, so the one-time offer is $19.95. You get those additional 4 softwares, okay? And then we have another upsell, and that is for an advanced webinar series. Now, if you think the strategy about doing the first 2 Linkwheels and bookmarking them automatically is good, you haven't heard anything yet. You really haven't. This is advanced stuff, but it's very simple stuff. I call it advanced because nobody's talking about it and not likely to talk about it if I don't let it out. These are things that I've been discovering in the last few weeks, last few months, and we got some great information in there. I don't want to go too much into details about what's in that webinar series. I will tell you it's 16 webinars. They will be 1 hour each, 45 minutes of content, 15 minutes of questions and answers. And if you think what you've seen today is good, you haven't seen anything yet. But to make it even better, I'm going to throw in 3 WordPress plugins, okay? Now, one of the things that will happen when you post a video to YouTube, if you follow the YouTube SEO Blueprint, is it will post into your WordPress site. Now, one of the plugins I'm going to give has 8 top social sites that it will post to. But difference from being like OnlyWire will do one tweet, one dig, one stumble, etc. This will do differently. You can put up to 100 accounts of each site in there. And what will happen is it will randomly get you social backlinks. You could get 64 Google Pluses and 37 Reddits and 98 tweets from one post. The next post, you might get 24 Reddits and 27 tweets and 98 Google Pluses. It will always be randomized, and that is pretty cool. That's far better and more powerful than OnlyWire, as far as I'm concerned. You can choose to make that automated or not, and you have an on and off button, more or less, that you can choose to use. And I'm going to also give away my local traffic commando plugin, and the reason I'm doing that is because it's very good for creating thousands of pages. Now, I'd suggest you use it. It's selling actually right now in the Warrior form for I think $67, so you can see the value I'm packing in here. What we can do with it is that just create a .info site. Don't put it anywhere near your main sites. It's going to create thousands of optimized pages, fully optimized pages. It even does it alt text in the images. It will add different video to every page, and it's it just creates thousands of long tail pages. It's just awesome as far as that is concerned. A lot of people write to me still about that, and they're still thanking me for creating it. It's such a good plugin. I will show you how to use that as well. What we will do though is we're going to release one plugin at a time, because I don't want to overwhelm you. If I gave away all of this at one time, there would be 17 different softwares. If you include the WordPress plugins, that would overwhelm me if I didn't know the system inside out like I do. So I don't want to do that. What I want to do is release either the suite of 10 or the suite of 12. Okay, and as we do that, then we can release a few days later the Linkwheel software. As you can see that I do want to tidy them up a little bit. I want to make them a little bit more professional looking and stuff like that, and that makes it very cool. Okay. With the third WordPress plugin, what that's going to do is going to create first tier link wheels from WordPress to Web 2.0 sites. Okay, and we can take that again and we can automatically bookmark them as well. Now, so you can see the whole system plus the webinars and everything else. It's got extreme value. It's a complete marketing system for video marketing. Okay, nothing's been seen like this before. I've never seen anything like this before, and believe me, I bought a lot of $2,000 courses that didn't come anywhere near what we've got here. Not with the software, not with the strategy, not with the the additional stuff. And the best thing is, I've automated more or less the whole process. Yeah, you still have to do a bit of work, but this is as much automation as you can get, and I'm going to try and take it even further if I possibly can. The power of this system is very good. This is for going after competitive niches. This is thinking about longevity. You're going to find a ton of SEO people coming into video marketing because they're just tired of the pandas and penguins. Some people can't do it anymore properly. You're going to find a ton of offline people start to offer video marketing because it's easier for them. You're going to find YouTube starts to get competitive. You're finding all these people buying the VAGX views and stuff like that, and they're ranking for now. But at one point the algorithm will change. These kind of views won't count anymore, and we're going to get screwed. So we're always going to have a backup plan here. We're always going to have our authority channels, and what we're building then is real human-like behavior, and we've got all the other automation that goes right through to the WordPress site as well. Okay, and then we're taking things to a whole new level. And if you can imagine the power of this, and when you actually get this thing built up, that's even better. Now, what I'm doing with the YouTube SEO Blueprint, I think I don't know how many videos I've got in there right now. I think we've done 3 modules, which are just really the introduction modules, and there will be another one sort of semi-introduction. Then we go into a live campaign. I'm going to be building an authority network channel with you. I'm going to be doing it. You can follow exactly what I'm doing, how I do it, how many sites at one time, how many channels at one time, and how I'm doing everything. You can copy and paste everything that I do, and you can see how I'm using the software as well. Now, to be able to, I'm going to make an offer. People can buy a lifetime license of this, and as they buy the lifetime license of this, they can have all the softwares. They can have all the training, including the webinars as well. And that costs just one-time fee just for this webinar and just for the webinars leading up to the WSO launch for $197. Now, if that's a little bit too hefty for you right now, and it's understandable, we're coming up near Christmas, I'm going to make it affordable by doing 4 split payments. So you can pay either $197 or 4 split payments of $57. Okay, slightly more expensive, but still great value for money. And that's the offer that we're going to put to you. It's far better to buy that one-time license than to go through the sales funnel of buying the front-end product at $14.95, then the recurring at $19.95, and then you will see an OTO2 page for webinars. Now, I want to be upfront with you. I've got nothing to hide here. I've created something I think is fantastic. I want it to benefit a lot of people. I want you to follow exactly what I'm doing in the Wordpress SEO Blueprint, and I want to get some people into the Mastermind webinar series where I'm going to reveal some stuff that will just blow your mind. If you think this is good, you haven't seen nothing yet. Believe me, this is the best thing I've ever done, ever done. And I've got a lot of great reviews from previous products. This is something completely different, and differently completely. Okay, nobody's talking about this stuff. You want to learn this stuff. It will keep you in good stead for years and years and years to come. And video marketing is converting, and we will cover things like converting and script writing. I'm going to give you additional tools to make those things easier for you. Okay, so that's basically what the offer is. I would suggest that if you were thinking to get into the webinars, don't follow the sales funnel. Just take the one-time offer, the one-time payment offer of $197 or the 4 payments of $57. You're going to get better value that way. Okay, it will cost you more if you go the other way. So that's me done, Richard. Have you got any more questions?
The only one I've got is how are you getting like the buy button for this for your offer?
Well,
how are you getting that to the people?
We've got sales page set up. And on the sales page, let me just pull it up actually while we're here. On the sales page, we have, let me find, where did I put it? That's the OTO page. Here we go. So we got here, SEOcommando.com. But Mark will send out the link for that. I can't show that. Anyway, Mark will send out the link for that. There should be a buy button underneath the video. What you can see here is that we got the offers down here. I've done another video explaining the sales funnel. I've actually run through the software again very quickly. It's about a 20-minute video. You might want to skip to the last 5 minutes. And when we come down here, you can see a lot of text, because how do you describe such a software in a sales page? It's very difficult. You will see the $14.95. If you only want to buy the front end product with the 10 softwares, that's the button you want to choose. Okay. If you want to get the recurring at $19.95, this is the button to choose, and that will follow you through. You will be taken to OTO2, which is the webinar series. If you want the webinars, don't buy from there. You'll get far better value buying from one of these two. Okay. And I've got a video just above these two, one-time payment for the lifetime license, that explains what this is here. Okay, it's basically what I'm telling you now. Okay, $197 is exceptional value for this kind of product. We are going to go mainstream. We're going to be launching with a very big name behind us, an extremely big name. He actually found me, which was quite surprising, but I'm going to take the opportunity, and as long as nothing goes wrong between now and January, we will be launching mainstream with this. And you know, this whole product, we're probably thinking high ticket by that point. This is just incredible value, what we're offering now. These are for specific marketers lists that I respect a lot, that I've known for quite a while, and I'm giving huge value because these people have helped me, and we've helped each other throughout the years. I've known Mark for quite a long time, and some other people, Zach as well. We've done a webinar for him, and these are people that I know and respect quite well. Excuse the typos in here, we'll fix those. And if you can afford the $197 and you want the webinars and you want the lifetime, the $57 is going to work out cheaper than going through the sales funnel and paying $14.95, then $19.95, then $37. If you think about it, that's far better value. You've got a lifetime license, and you don't need to be paying this after 4 months. And you got the webinars, and the webinars, believe me, are spectacular. They will be. I promise that. Okay. So that's basically the sales funnel. okay? And there's nothing hidden, there's nothing, you know, I've even explained what flaws we got. We have got a couple of bugs that we need to fix and a couple of limitations when we got that video Linkwheel Commando, but at least I'm honest, I'm up front. I make it work for me, you can make it work for you. If you don't think this is great value, then, you know, I don't have anything else to offer. It's just, you know, people ask me why I'm doing it. It's because, you know, I've been doing products for almost a year now. I want more people to I want more exposure to my products, my training. I believe my training is second to none. There are some great marketers out there who know how to get other affiliates to promote for them and drive thousands of sales. Some good guys have got great ideas, great products, things that work, and they just don't get the exposure. I need the exposure right now. That's why I'm doing it. But when we go mainstream with the big name, then I'll have a lot of exposure, but I want to get value out for these people, and I want to help the people, the marketers who have helped me previously as well. Okay, so that's me, Richard.
Okay, so just to confirm that as soon as you hit the official sort of WSO launch, you're actually removing the 197 or 4 easy payments.
Yes, yes.
Lifetime license.
I don't want these methods saturated, and the stuff that we're going to talk about in the webinars they're quite extreme. They are quite extreme, and when you get onto that page, and I can just run through it very, very quickly here. We talk about the link wheels. I've got another method of doing this as well. That's the method that we're going to show in SEO Blueprint is not the only method. I've got two. We're going to talk about automating the bookmarks. There's actually 2 ways we can do that as well. We'll talk about conversion quite a lot. I want to do things about writing scripts and calls to action, because we can drive traffic, but unless it's converting, it's not going to work. I want to cover that in a big, big way. But that would be one webinar just on that, but really good stuff. And if you think conversion is boring, think again. This is not boring. This is fun, okay? We'll talk about advanced list building with YouTube. We're talking about using Wikipedia for videos. New, very, very new. Nobody's talking about it, and that's all you're going to hear right now, okay? You're getting those free WordPress plugins. We're talking about extreme video syndication using free products, free tools, services, etc. Things that you might not have and probably have not heard before, okay? Using video in multiple ways. I want to cover things like multimedia press releases, guest blogging on steroids. I did this, Richard, about a year ago, and still nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. I drove something like 10,000 visitors to my blog using this method. This is really, really kick-ass stuff. That is in itself should be a $2,000 product, in my opinion. That drives traffic, that works, okay? We'll talk about video podcasting. You know, if I wanted to make a podcast out of this webinar, I only need to take a couple of steps. We're talking about how that's done, the best ways to do it, and we're going quite deep into that one, because I think it's very, very interesting. It's so easy to do as well, and it can drive a ton of traffic. We're talking about turning videos into pad files and getting additional thousands of links, but this is a lot more involved than what it just says here. Very clever. Using videos and documents, yes you can, and we can do a lot with it. It's too much information here, Richard. I don't want to give it away right now. It's too much.
I mean, it's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, you heard it here first. I mean, no one's talking about this. I know this, Tony, and my prediction for 2013 is the fact that everyone else will be trying to play catch up, and they still won't be able to catch up with you by the time it reaches 2014, I don't think, because you've got it all here. So, I mean, you heard it first, folks. I mean, it's the festive season coming up, and probably not best to bring the religion in, but whatever religion you are, if you believe in Christmas presents, then you've got a huge Christmas present here from Tony. I actually think that you ought to buy this package and then send Tony an extra couple of $100 as a thank you and send him a Christmas present. I really do think it's that big a value. So thanks everybody for their time today. I'll give myself a plug as well, and if you're thinking it's complicated with the proxies and the getting the phone verified accounts, we've taken care of that for you at a nice price too. So, but you really, you know, I mean, it's complicated. If you think this is complicated, then we've got 16 weeks of webinars, and you know, it's going to go on from there. And this really is the only thing you're going to need to buy all of next year. I mean, get in on this now. I mean, you'll just be kicking yourself if you don't. So I really can't sing high enough praises of it, and thank Tony for it. It's going to be good fun. And hope to see you all on it, people. So if that's all you've got, Tony,
yeah.
I don't believe there's anything else you can say. If everyone's not convinced now,
Well,
then
no, I just want to say thanks for asking them to send me an extra couple $100. You don't need to do that, people. Really,
I
just
couldn't believe the price.
follow the course.
Really couldn't believe it.
Follow, take action, report good results, and watch out for the emails. Now, I'm not going to be spamming the email list. I'm going to be giving you great content. And even when you sign up for the, if you haven't already, when you sign up for the free software that we've got just for attending the webinar, you're going to see some things in there that what I'm going to do with the email marketing, which is pretty cool as well. So you're going to have huge value just by being on the list, but stay there, because I will always be creating new stuff, always coming up with new strategies. I'm just one of those people who does this kind of stuff. I've been doing it for a long time, and it's with the experience and the knowledge of services and what you can do that makes it all come together. You're going to learn a lot, really, you will learn a lot. Okay, that's me done, Richard.
Well, I can vouch for the certainly not spamming you with loads and loads of offers, because since Mark introduced me to you on his webinar, which I'm eternally grateful for, I've actually been nagging Tony for the last 2 weeks, keep sending him emails and saying, when's it coming out? I've been getting off everybody's lists, and I really want to make sure I'm not off yours. Please tell me, please tell me. And I've nagged him silly the last few days. God bless everybody. Have a really good festive season in the new year, and we're going to rock it together in 2013. Thanks, Tony.
All right, thanks, Richard.